Question 1. How have you subverted or conformed to genre conventions within your production? In our short film, we have conformed to many
conventions within the genre of horror. The short films playing now are both short films made by students like me.
As you can see, they're both filmed in isolated locations, making it more scary for the audience because there's no way out. Here you can see we have done the same within our short film because it's filmed in an isolated location, therefore we've conformed to the common conventions within our genre of horror. In this clip of the short film Stay Out of the Woods, you can see there is two innocent looking protagonists. Now this is really common within the genre of horror, to have really innocent protagonists, victims. It makes it easier to sympathise for them and feel sorry for them. We've done this within our short film because we've used a young girl, which is our innocent protagonist, but we've also emphasised this by our use of props, as she's got a teddy bear in her hand, which makes her look even more innocent in a way.
Throughout this short film, you can see that they have used no artificial lighting within their product.
We also haven't used any superficial light within our short film, meaning that the audience very much feels like they're in the position of the character because we've used lots of point of view shots as well. So the point of view shots and the use of no superficial lighting means that it looks so realistic, so the audience is more likely to connect with the scene and to feel scared. This is enhanced by the use of handheld camera work, making it seem like you're really there. Also conform to other common genre conventions, such as using depth within the shot, so you can't see exactly what's going on, so it creates more fear for the audience, like they can't see exactly what's going on. Generally, we have decided to advertise our short film as a horror. However, since we've done extended research into genre theories and conventions of genre, we've decided that it is up to interpretation. I think our short film is a psychological thriller. This can be connected with Orwell's theory of Markov genres, meaning that no necessary and sufficient conditions can mark off genres. Basically, there's no set genre. We've got things. I think mine is a psychological horror because it's a twist in it and it's got slightly crude in a way, and can also be connected with Stam's theory. He says, are genres really out there in the world, or are they merely the constructions of analysts? This is basically saying that genres are completely different to everyone. Because I've now done more research into genre theories, I now believe that our short film is a horror. This can be based on our ancillary tasks as well, as I have made my poster look really dark and it's set, and there's a background of the woods, so there's the isolation in there. And my magazine review is also really dark, and you can see pictures of the woods and the man and the bear, so it makes it seem like, from a first glance, you'd think it was horror, just purely because of my ancillary tasks and the general storyline of the short film. For example, our target audience, which are students, teachers, short film enthusiasts, other members who go to short film festivals, examiners, they might have a different interpretation of our genre from our short film because of their extended knowledge of forms of conventions and genre. So basically, because like me, they have studied into great detail about genre and conventions within genres, they might also have different interpretations of it purely because of their extended knowledge. So the definition of psychological horror is an element of horror that toys with the mind and targets the Generally, this horror is internal and deals with the inner darkness of human thought. Our short film does reflect that definition because there is a twist in it, and it is quite dark and twisted, and the fact that the man stabs the teddy bear, it sort of leaves it into your own mind what actually happens, so that that was what I would say it plays on the mind.
Created using Powtoon.
A couple of the outside shots were quite overexposed for some of them, and it kind of made like it just too bright, so we weren't quite sure on like the whole atmosphere of it. It was just slightly too bright, but you can quite easily do that in the edit too.
Oh, I was just going to say, the only thing I'd say about the guy following, I think it would look good if like you showed less of him, because like right at the beginning he kind of walks up to the camera and then you see him walking after her, and it's like really like, oh, so that's what's going to happen, instead of, oh, what's going to happen, like you know what's going to happen, but what kind of thing. I think the music was good in the sense it was uneasy. I think because the pace in the video was so fast, as well as the music, kind of still felt slightly not happy, but like, I don't know, I found it didn't do the completely contrasted feel, whereas if it was all quite a lot slower, I think it would be like, oh, this is uneasy, because it just doesn't feel right together. But other than that, yeah, I think.
Question 4. How did you use media technologies in the construction and research planning and evaluation stages? For research and planning, we used various different softwares like SlideShare, Google, Celltex, Tumblr, and Prezi. For research, we used Tumblr. Tumblr was a software we used throughout our project as we recorded an online blog showing all of our work from pre-production to all the research and planning into short films. We found Tumblr really easy to work with as it was a good way to track our progress throughout the task of producing a short film. We blogged every stage of our project, from the introduction to looking at short films to the pre-production of our own, and all the way to feedback and evaluation stages. It was also useful as you can embed different types of presentations, videos and images to show where we were getting all our inspiration from, including embedding all of our pre-production planning such as asset logs, shooting schedules and release agreements. Microsoft Office. When creating our Gantt chart to give each of us in the group tasks, making us more organised, we use Microsoft Excel, creating a spreadsheet of all the tasks which need doing and then sharing them out evenly between all of us in the group. By doing our Gantt chart on Excel, it made a lot more easier to create and understand, and also made us as a group a lot more organised and happier when it came to completing all the tasks before our filming. We also use Microsoft Word for a lot of our work, such as typing up risk assessments and release agreements, as well as our questionnaire for our screening. Again, it was very easy to get along with, and when creating our questionnaire, it already had a questionnaire template, making it a lot more easier to understand and a lot more of a clearer way of presenting it and helping us as a group. We use various devices throughout all of our coursework, such as our phones and our laptops. As a group, we got hold of each other a lot and showed our planning through a group chat we have on our phone, constantly sending each other more ideas and research into our short film. When it came to the filming stage, it meant we were able to take a lot of pictures on our phone to use for our blog, showing what it looked like on the day and of us filming, and due to us being more organised, talking through our group chat before, it made it a lot more useful. Outside of college, we would also be doing research through our laptops, using the internet to watch other short films to get as much inspiration as possible for when it came to producing our own. So using our own devices outside of class time, it made us a lot more prepared for creating our short film. Construction. In the construction stage, we had many different technologies used, such as iMacs and MacBooks, when we used to operate the various software for when it came to editing and designing music for our short film. We used Premiere Pro to edit our short film, as well as Logic Pro to create all of our music. As a group, we found both the iMacs and the MacBooks very easy to get along with, and it went well to use these devices for editing our film with. Equipment. When filming for our short film, we used several different types of equipment. The cameras we used were the Canon 700D kits, which was a really easy piece of equipment to get along with and was really nice to film with. We used a tripod to go with this, and to pick up sound for our short film, we used a Marantz kit with a boom pole to make sure it picked up as much sound as possible, as the sound in a short film was vital. All this equipment worked well together on the day, and we didn't have any troubles at all. On our first year in AS, we used a completely different camera, as we used a HCV 700, so using a Canon 700D made us aware of how much easier it was and how much better quality our film was compared to first year. Equipment continued. We also used tripods as part of our equipment to get more of a steady and smooth footage. However, at some stages we did use camera handheld to build up the suspense in the film and play with audience's emotions due to the genre our film is. We then used a Marantz kit to film our sound on, and using a boom pole with it. This helped with getting better quality sound for our short film, but also taking out more than one kit, 700D kit, and made us more prepared and made us have a lot more footage and sound we could work with. Editing. As previously mentioned, we used Adobe Premiere Pro when it came to editing our short film, as well as Logic Pro for when it came to designing the music. We found both lots of software easy to get along with, and they both worked well together. We used Premiere Pro when editing our film opening last year, so we already knew the basics of it. However, we learned even more with it this year, such as how to do colour correction and how to speed up and slow down footage. So as a group, we feel Premiere Pro really worked well for us. It was the first time we'd ever used Logic, however, it worked really well for us and was very straightforward and easy to understand. This is a screenshot of us midway through editing our sound with Logic Pro. As I said, this was the first time we used this software, but it is a very easy piece of software to get along with, and it helped us a lot when creating our music for our short film. This is a screenshot of what Premiere looks like before we were working on it, and as you can see, it's a timeline-based video editing software. Evaluation. To create our evaluation, I used a range of media in different ways to present our information. We use YouTube to place our final short film on, as it's easily accessible and is a great way to share our work. We also used YouTube to place our evaluation questions on again, as it's easy for everyone to access. Again, we used technology, Premiere Pro, when it came to our final evaluation, as we decided to do a vlog for one of our questions, meaning we would have to edit the footage using Premiere. This was very easy, as we used this software for editing our short film. We again used the same camera equipment we use on our short film, as this makes our footage very clear and is easy to get along with. We've also used an online app called Powtoon to answer one of our questions, as it shows a different way of presenting a question and in more of a creative way. This was very easy to get along with, as it was a simple online presentation tool. Evaluation continued. Finally, I used Microsoft PowerPoint to create this slideshow, as it is easy to add pictures from the internet onto and to display information. As we use a lot of Microsoft applications throughout our coursework, it was easy to get along with. I then uploaded my PowerPoint to a website called SlideShare, which is where you upload PowerPoints which can then be embedded onto several different websites.